Substance ASMR. Today we'll be doing something different. We will go through my manga collection, and I thought that I will present you all of my volume 1s of all the series that I own, and I thought that I would read through the back of the books so that you get a synopsis, that you get an idea if you don't know a series, what this series is about. So we have a lot to go through, and let's just start. The first one is My Hero Academia. What would the world be like if 80% of the population manifested superpowers called quirks? Heroes and villains would be battling it out everywhere. Being a hero would mean learning to use your power, but where would you go to study? The Hero Academy, of course. But what would you do if you were one of the 20% who were born quirkless? Middle school student Izuku Midoriya wants to be a hero more than anything, but he hasn't got an ounce of power in him. With no chance of ever getting to the prestigious UA high school for budding heroes, his life is looking more and more like a dead end. Then an encounter with All Might, the greatest hero of them all, gives him a chance to change his destiny. The next one is Dragon Ball. This is a 3-in-1 book. So I think that a lot of you know what Dragon Ball is about, but legend has it that if all 7 of the precious orbs called Dragon Balls are gathered together, an incredibly powerful dragon god will appear to grant one wish. Unfortunately, the orbs are scattered across the world, making them extremely difficult to collect. Enter 16-year-old Bulma, a scientific genius who has constructed a radar to detect the exact locations of the Dragon Balls. She's on a mission to find all 7 orbs, but first she must convince the young Son Goku to join her on her quest. With a monkey tail, superhuman strength, and a magic staff for a weapon, Son Goku is ready to set out on an adventure of a lifetime. Along with Attack on Titan, the desperate battle begins for the best century. What's left of mankind has hidden in a giant 3-walled city, trapped in fear of the bizarre giant humanoid known as the Titans. Little is known about where they came from or why they are bent on consuming humankind, but the sudden appearance of an enormous Titan is about to change everything. I have also some manga in German, so I will be also reading in German. I hope that you don't mind. This is Detective Conan, or as it is in English, I think it is Shinichi Kudo ist ein großer Sherlock Holmes-Fan und gefürchtete Verbrecherjäger. Als er auf einer heißen Spur überwältigt wird und ein mysteriöses Gift verabreicht bekommt, verwandelt er sich plötzlich in ein Kind zurück. Doch unter dem Namen Conan Edogawa lautet seine Mission jetzt der Kampf gegen das Böse und das Erlangen alter Größe. Detektiv Conan ist ein Krimi-Mystery-Manga der Extraklasse. Bestes Augen- und Hirnschmalzfutter ohne Alterabgrenzung. Okay. So, let's move on with one and only One Piece. Get ready to set sail. As a child, Monkey D. Luffy dreamed of becoming king of the pirates, but his life changed when he accidentally ate the gum fruit, an enhanced devil fruit that gave him the ability to stretch like rubber. Its only drawback: he'll never be able to swim again, a serious handicap for an aspiring sea dog. Years later, Luffy sets off on his quest to find the One Piece, said to be the greatest treasure in the world. The treasure trove of high seas adventures just got bigger with this collection of the first 3 volumes of One Piece. Next one is Lindbergh. Der Duft von Freiheit. Hoch über den Wolken liegt das Land Eldura, umgeben von Steilwänden, die seine Grenze bilden. In diesem Königreich, in dem das Fliegen unter Strafe verboten ist, lebt der kleine Knit zusammen mit einem seltsamen Lebewesen, das auf den Namen Plamo hört. Als eines Tages ein Mann auf einem riesigen Dämon reitend vom Himmel stürzt, verändert das Knitsleben für immer. Ein großes, nie dagewesenes Abenteuer beginnt, hoch über den Himmel. Also tief Luft geholt und Start. Next one. Finland Saga. This is one of the best manga, in my opinion. So, for honor and vengeance. As a child, Thorfinn sat at the feet of the great Leif Erikson and thrilled to wild tales of a land far to the west, but his youthful fantasies were shattered by a mercenary raid. Raised by the Vikings who murdered his family, Thorfinn became a terrifying warrior, forever seeking to kill the bandits' leader Askelat and avenge his father. Sustaining Thorfinn through his ordeal and are his pride in his family and his dreams of a Saturn Apartments. A touching, character-rich vision of an intriguing new world. Far in the future, humankind has evacuated the Earth in order to preserve it. Humans now reside in a gigantic structure that forms a ring around the Earth, 35 kilometers up in the sky. The society of the ring is highly stratified. The higher the floor, the greater the status. Mitsu, the lovely son of a window washer, has just graduated junior high. When his father disappears and is assumed dead, Mitsu must take on his father's occupation. As he struggles with the transition to working life, Mitsu's job treats him to an outsider's view into the living room dioramas of the Saturn Apartments. Next we got Golden Kamui. In the early 20th century, Russo-Japanese war veteran Seiji Immortal Sugimoto scratches out a meager existence during the post-war gold rush on the wild frontier of Hokkaido. When he stumbles across a map to the fortune in hidden Ainu gold, he sets off a treacherous quest to find it. But Sugimoto is not the only interested party, and everyone who knows about the gold will kill to possess it. Faced with the harsh conditions of the northern wilderness, ruthless criminals and rogue Japanese soldiers, Sugimoto will need all his skills and luck, and the help of an Ainu girl named Asirpa to survive. Next, Pokemon. So I think that you know what Pokemon is. It doesn't have any synopsis, but it is about this guy, Red, or Ash that is in anime, who goes on a quest with his little buddy, Pikachu. Next we have Nausicaa, the Valley of the Wind. So this is based on an anime by Studio Ghibli. Academy Award winner Hayao Miyazaki has created an epic environmental cautionary tale. This masterpiece is now available in a new edition in its original Japanese format. In a long ago war, humankind set off a devastating ecological disaster. Thriving industrial societies disappeared. The earth is slowly submerging beneath the expanding sea of corruption. An enormous toxic forest that creates mutant insects and releases a miasma of poisonous spores into the air. At the periphery of the sea, tiny kingdoms are scattered on tiny parcels of land. Here lies the Valley of the Wind, a kingdom of barely 500 citizens, a nation given fragile protection from the decaying seas poisonous by the ocean breeze, and home to Nausicaa. Nausicaa, a young princess, has an empathic bond with the giant Homo, insects and animals of every creed. She fights to create tolerance, understanding, and patience among empires that are fighting over the world's remaining precious natural resources. Another big book, Akira. Welcome to Neo Tokyo. Built on the ashes of a Tokyo annihilated by a blast of unknown origin that triggered World War III. The lives of two streetwise teenage friends, Tetsuo and Kaneda, change forever when paranormal abilities begin to awaken in Tetsuo, making him a target for a shadowy agency that will stop at nothing to prevent another catastrophe like the one that leveled Tokyo. At the core of the agency's motivation in a raw, all-consuming fear of an unthinkable, monstrous power known only as Akira. Katsuhiro Otomo's stunning science fiction masterpiece is considered by many to be the finest work of graphic fiction ever produced, and Otomo's brilliant animated film version is regarded worldwide as a classic. Next one is my childhood hero, Captain Tsubasa. This is a soccer manga. Tsubasa Ozora ist 12 Jahre alt, spielt leidenschaftlich gern Fußball und ist neu in der Stadt Nangatsu. Als er einen Platz zum Kicken sucht, beobachtet er den Streit zwei Schulen um ein Fußballfeld. Der als Torwart-Genie bewunderte Kenzo Wakabayashi fordert die Konkurrenz zum Wettstreit heraus. Und Tsubasa traut seinen Augen nicht. Endlich hat er einen wirklichen Gegner gefunden. Next one is World Trigger. Destroy thy neighbor. Earth is under constant threat from neighbors, invincible monsters from another dimension that destroy our way of life. At least we have the elite warriors of Border who co-opt alien technology to fight back. Our hero, Osamu Mikumo, may not be the best agent, but he'll do whatever it takes to defend life on Earth as we know it. When Osamu meets a feisty humanoid neighbor named Yuma, everything that he thinks is right is turned on his head. Can the two natural enemies ever become friends? You can find out that if you read World Trigger. Next one. Yowamushi Battle. comics, otaku, anime, video games, figures, you name it. Power pedaling Sakamichi Onoda has long been conquering the steepest slopes and regularly making the 90-kilometer round trip to Akihabara on a Mame bike. But when his bike commute to his new high school lands him in a confrontation with the series' first-year road racer Imaizumi, Onoda has a major showdown on his hands. Can this Mickey geek really outbattle the future ace of the school road racing team? Look at him. Next we have another soccer manga. Whistle. Breakthrough. Banned from his school's soccer team for being too short, Sho Kazamatsuri decides there's only one thing to do: switch schools. But even a change in scenery doesn't help the David Beckham wannabe. On campus, he is mistakenly introduced to everyone as a hotshot star athlete. When the truth is revealed, Shaw drops out of school to practice on his own. Alone, the spunky teenager must work twice as hard to make his dreams come true. He wants to play soccer so badly, he's willing to hustle day and night to make it happen. Packed with action, humor, and the teenage kicks, Whistle is a must read for dreamers and soccer fans of all ages. Next we have this bad boy. This is an all-in-one Death Note. Look at this, how big it is. So, this doesn't have anything written on it, but it is basically a story about a boy, a high schooler, that finds a black notebook, and when you write a name in this book, that person dies, and you can find out the whole story in this book, or I think there are 12 normal volumes. But I think at this point you know what that note is. So let's go on with Magi. I don't know. Magi, the Labyrinth of Magic. Deep within the deserts lie the mysterious dungeons, vast stories of riches, there for the taking by anyone lucky enough to find them and brave enough to venture into the depths from where few have ever returned. Plucky young adventurer Aladdin means to find the dungeons and their riches, but Aladdin may be just as mysterious as the treasure he seeks. Together with the Jinn Uko and his friend Alibaba, Aladdin sets out to find his fortune in the depths of the endless dunes. Let's go on to Darwin's Game. I think that this one does not have an English release, which is too bad because it is a really good one. It is a mystery manga. Asconami, ein App namens Darwins Game, auf seinem Smartphone startet, passiert etwas Unglaubliches. Eine Schlange schnellt aus seinem Handybildschirm und beißt ihm in den Hals. Wie es scheint, ist Kaname jetzt Teil eines ebenso alten wie perfiden Spiels. Und noch bevor er die Regeln versteht, wird er von einem Mann in Panda-Kostüm angegriffen. So this one is basically, I will translate this. This one is basically about a boy, high schooler, that got an app, Darwin's Game, and when he starts it, a snake comes from his phone and bit him. And this is the start of the game. So before he even knows what the rules are, he is attacked by a guy in a panda costume. So he must fight for life and death. And that's the synopsis. It's really, really good. Next one. The God Slime. This is a drama. Natsuru Nano, a 6th grader who lives alone with his mother, strikes up an unlikely friendship with the reserved and driven Ryo Shizumura. Natsuru plays hockey from a soccer camp that summer, and instead of telling the truth to his mother, he spends all his time with Ryo and her kid brother at their rickety house, where a dark secret threatens to upend their fragile happiness. Next one. The classic Naruto. So this also doesn't have a synopsis, but it tells what you can find in this first volume. Betrogen. Ultraschwere Mission. Sabusa und Haku in Vormarsch. Bindung Naruto und Meister Iruka. Die Kakashi-Gruppe entsteht. Die Mission ins Wellenreich. Kakashi versus Sabusa Momochi. Naruto und Sasuke versus Haku. Wird Sasukes Sharingan erweckt. Kyuubi, Narutos Fuchsungeheuer, lässt sich blicken. What do we have next? Fire Force. Vorsicht, leicht entzündlich. Die Welt fürchtet sich vor einem zerstörerischen Phänomen. Menschen gehen unvermittelt in Flammen auf und werden zu Feuermonstern, die Flammenwesen genannt werden. Eine Sondereinheit der Feuerwehr stellt sich dem Schrecken entgegen. Ihre Mission: das Mysterium aufklären und so die Menschheit retten. We are almost at the end. Next one is Solanin. Mako Inoue is a recent college grad working as an office lady in a job she hates. Her boyfriend, Naruto, is permanently crashing at her apartment because his job as a freelance illustrator does not pay enough for rent. And her parents in the country keep sending her boxes of veggies that just rot. straddling the line between her years as a student and the rest of her life. Mako struggles with the feeling that she's just not cut out to be a part of the real world. Another one of my favorite is Cells at Work. A blood-pumping job, strep throat, high fever, influenza. The world is a dangerous place for a red blood cell just trying to get her deliveries finished. Fortunately, she's not alone. She's got a whole human body worth of cells ready to help her out. The mysterious white blood cell, the buff and the fresh killer T cells, even the cute little platelets. Everyone got to come together if they want to keep you healthy. Together, these dedicated cells will tackle everything from pneumonia to everyday allergies, and it's all in a day's work. On three more left, we have Monster. Everyone face. It's not really readable. It's everyone face uncertainty at some point in their lives. Even a brilliant surgeon like Kenzo Tenma is no exception. But there's no way for him to know that his decision to stop chasing professional success and instead concentrate on his oath to save people's lives will result in the birth of an abomination. The question of good and evil now takes on a terrifying real dimension. Next one is Promised Neverland. Emma, Norman and Ray are the brightest kids in the Gracefield House orphanage, and under the care of the woman they refer to as Mom. All the kids have enjoyed a comfortable life, good food, clean clothes, and the perfect environment to learn. What more can an orphan ask for? One day though, Emma and Norman uncover the dark truth of the outside world. They are forbidden from seeing. So, before I talk about my last manga, just write down on the comments what do you think my last manga is. I would like to know. Maybe if you have a suggestion, write it down. So I'm really curious what you think that my last manga is. So let's see. It is Good Night Pum Pum. Meet Pum Pum Punyama. He's an average kid in an average town. He wants to win a Nobel Prize and save the world. He wants the girl he has a crush on to like him back. He wants to find some porn. That's why he wants. That's what he wants. But what does he get? You should read it. So, that was my manga collection. I hope you enjoyed and that you stick to the end. If you liked this video, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more amazing videos.